So, Apple has just wrapped up its WWDC focusing on the AI segment, and I must say, some things have really convinced and impressed me. Well, others not so much. Some of the rumors I've talked about in recent days turned out to be true, but hey, there's someone who's not too happy with some of Apple's choices, and his name is Elon Musk. Let's just say he laid down what you might call an ultimatum, or maybe more of a threat/blackmail. But we'll get into that at the end of the video, folks. For now, I want to talk about the 10 things I think you need to know that Apple discussed at the event, and I'll also give you my take on them. So, firstly, Apple introduced something that got a few laughs and a lot of memes: generative text messages. Now, the images you're seeing in these messages are generated right from the device. I guess it's about keeping your stuff secure because everything's processed locally. So this feature allows images to be automatically generated in your texts based on the content of your conversation and who you're talking to. I guess it's quite a subtle addition, not groundbreaking. In short, you might see an image pop up that's related to the topic you're busy discussing. Next up, we have Apple Actions. I think this could very well be one of the next big things, not just for Apple, but potentially setting a trend for other smartphone makers too. Apple Actions is what they call an agentic framework. Apple has recently been experimenting with controlling devices via an AI agent that can handle multiple tasks on screen. So here's how it works. Apple Actions allows you to manage various apps and actions through simple voice prompts. At the WWDC, Apple gave an example with these commands you can see over here. Play the song Ray Text Me, delete my birthday ideas group tab, or email this presentation. It's essentially streamlining a bunch of tasks into single voice commands, which I guess is quite a leap in making interactions more intuitive and seamless. I'm curious to see if this will indeed set a standard that companies like Samsung and Google/Android will follow, building their own version of an agentic framework. And while this all sounds promising, there's always that gap between a demo and the actual real-world performance. So I'm cautiously optimistic, hoping that what we eventually get is as good as what's been presented. Another cool thing is that Apple emphasized the security aspect of things. They're running these actions on device, backed by what they call their private cloud compute. I think that this approach not only boosts security, but also maintains privacy. And here's a noteworthy shift. Apple is apparently opening up their code to third-party verification, which is a big deal considering their usual tight-lipped policy on security matters. Folks, regarding Apple Actions, there's a neat tweak to how you can interact with Siri, now through text. Honestly, it's an interesting addition, though it might not wow everyone. For those who use AI systems regularly, texting with Siri might seem pretty standard, but it could be a real time saver for quick commands. However, the demonstration didn't reveal anything groundbreaking. We're talking basic tasks like setting alarms or checking the weather, stuff like that. Let's face it isn't exactly thrilling. Then, they also introduced a feature where you can ask Siri detailed questions about your device. It seems Siri can now pull answers from a comprehensive document, either stored locally on your iPhone or somewhere in the cloud. This could mean that nearly every query about how to use your iPhone or uncover its hidden features might be answered on the spot. So, yeah, seems cool, but I don't think it's exactly revolutionary. This is not exactly groundbreaking stuff. Hardly something that's going to change the game. Then there's also something new on the block called Apple Intents. This feature extends the idea behind Apple Actions, enabling cross-app interactions, which basically let apps communicate and work together using what Apple is calling agentic capabilities. Now, don't get too excited just yet. It wasn't a showcase of mind-blowing demos, but rather some pretty basic stuff. However, the real potential of Apple Intents lies in its future implications. Apple has now set up a platform that now supports interactions across different apps, hinting at a much broader application further down the line. They've introduced this as an API, opening up a playground for developers. Now, this is where things do start to get interesting. Alongside the other features, there was also this little gem called Apple Intelligence icon, displayed during the presentation. particularly focusing on its use on a MacBook. One feature under the icon that caught my eye is called Rewrite. It allows users to tweak their emails to be more friendly, professional, concise, or even reorganize content into lists or tables. Not exactly groundbreaking, but certainly nice to have. I mean, it is similar to functionalities we've already seen with AI systems like GPT 3.5 and features that have been around in various apps for over a year now. So this part of the demo, it was interesting, but didn't really pack a punch. Now, here's a feature that's both handy and somewhat innovative: Inbox Summary. For anyone juggling a flood of emails on iOS, this feature could be a game changer. It provides a concise summary of each email right in your inbox, so you can grasp the essence without opening every single one. Imagine getting the gist of an email in just 2 sentences, like knowing the next major review is in 2 weeks or a meeting is scheduled for this Thursday. Additionally, for those longer, more daunting emails, there's a summarize button. You just hit it and get a brief overview of the content, saving you from wading through paragraphs and paragraphs of text. Next, we have a fun feature called Genmoji, which leverages generative AI to enhance the emoji game. Instead of sticking to the standard set of emojis, Apple is allowing users to create custom emojis using simple text prompts. As you can see here, Apple gave us an example with a lox bagel and a squirrel DJ. Now, this certainly is not going to revolutionize how we communicate, but it does add a playful twist to conversations and might even spark some viral moments on social media. Next up, Apple introduced a neat feature called Image Playground. This tool lets you instantly create images right on your device based on the context of your conversation. It even allows for some basic editing. Alongside this, there's the image wand within the Image Playground, which seems a bit more niche, but it's still interesting. Imagine you've sketched something basic in your Notes app, like a cathedral or an architectural structure. With the image wand, you can transform the sketch into a more detailed and descriptive image. Then, Apple's also upgraded their video search capability, allowing for natural language searches. You might already think the search feature on the iPhone is top-notch, and, well, it is, but now it seems even smarter. Say you've recorded something specific, like a birthday party or a scenic hike. You can describe it in everyday language, and the search will pull it up using generative AI. Additionally, I think there's a tweak to how you can create custom content. And now, folks, the rumor I anticipated a few weeks ago has come true. Siri now integrates with ChatGPT. This means Siri might start tapping into ChatGPT to handle more complex queries or tasks that require a deeper understanding or more detailed responses. It's not all going to run locally. Some of this processing will happen on the cloud to balance speed and accuracy. Interestingly, this doesn't appear to be using ChatGPT 3. Instead, Apple lets users sign in to access the latest models directly, possibly sticking to GPT 3.5 for now. But given Apple's massive user base, I guess there's a valid concern about whether this integration could strain OpenAI's servers, considering there are usually limits on how much you can query these AI models. Okay, now onto the juicy bit I promised earlier at the beginning of the video, the Elon Musk issue. He's not thrilled about this new functionality. Musk, in a tweet, has threatened to ban Apple devices in his companies due to the ChatGPT integration, citing concerns about privacy and the depth of OpenAI's integration into iOS 18. I guess he believes that this level of integration could compromise user privacy and insists that Apple capabilities should remain within dedicated applications and not deeply embedded into the system itself. But what do you think, folks? Is this truly Musk's concern, or could this be a move to muddy the waters for his competitors? I know what my thoughts are, but you let me know what you think in the comments. Also, share your thoughts on the new features Apple unveiled at WWDC and tell me which one is your favorite. As always, see you in the next one, folks. You all take care.